Hey, 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 we are live on this Thursday. I'm so excited to be here with Megan. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tamika, and I teach stay-at-home moms how to win in life one healthy habit at a time. Megan, do you want to tell everyone about you?
Yes, well, as you can see on my camera, I'm Megan Gerke. I am so fortunate to be able to do business and be friends with Tamika, but I actually we're kind of along the same lines. I help help or overwhelmed moms just be able to teach them how to create a healthy lifestyle, just one healthy habit at a time, because I feel like we all just get in a rut and feel like, this is just how I'm supposed to feel, and it's just not. you know, I've been there, so I'm helping the next people carry on to the next thing. And
I
I'm
love
really
that.
what you
I
say.
love that. It's just like, it's exactly right. Like you just help people where you were, like
That's the
two
thing.
steps behind.
I always use this, like, I have this visual. I remember one time we were sitting at a conference, and I had this visual of, you climb this mountain and you get to the top. Well, what do? You turn around and you reach down and you lend a hand to the next person.
Yep.
And that's just the thing, you find purpose from your pain, and you can turn around and help others with that. And that's what really fills you here. And so I'm really excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today. Like, it's one of those subjects that's like, do we talk about it? Do we not? Like,
I know, and I just went hard. I just put it right in I think I just titled it like your periods don't have to suck. Okay, so as you're
right.
on, say hello, tell us where you're watching from, and tell us. I mean, we're going to ask a question that may be uncomfortable. Like, are you currently having your period now? Are you going through menopause? Like, which cycle are you at? And I'm on day 3 right now of having my period. I started on Monday, but it didn't suck. And it is sucking, and that's what we got to talk about.
Right, right. Well, what I really wanted to, like, put out there, and this is something, and thankfully all the education on top of what we kind of already have known a little bit, but the education we've gotten through um, the company that we're with is that we single, like, when I was young, I was on birth control because I had such bad symptoms, and that was just like normal. Like, that's just what you're supposed to feel like, whether you're you haven't gone through menopause or you are going through menopause. All those symptoms, or the weight gain, it's just natural to gain weight because you're getting into menopause, or you're whatever stage of life you're in, or the hot flashes, all this stuff. Like, they're actually, you don't have to be miserable. Like, that actually isn't normal. We just normalize the things that really, really shouldn't be, instead of going, you know what, I deserve better. I don't have to feel this way, and doing something about it. And that is why we're here.
And I think it's easier to normalize it than to sometimes have the uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah. Well, and it's not always easy to find solutions. That's not always the easy road.
Well, and I grew up with 5 sisters. Okay, there are 5 of us. It's Toinette, Tamika, Tanisha, Talencia, Danielle, and I do have another one, Jennifer. She is my half sister who we love, but she didn't grow up in the same household with us. Okay, and I remember I knew nothing. Okay, I grew up in Happy Valley, Utah. I am very, very, very sheltered. Okay. And I remember being in like 5th grade and doing that women's, like the girls like went to one place, the boys went to another place. And that was the first time that like I actually like learned about what was going to be happening in my body. And my older sister, bless her soul, she went before me, and she had her period and all that stuff happened before. And I just remember like being like, oh my gosh, this is so gross. Oh my gosh, like, why is she crying all the time? Why is she so angry? She would always have like a rice bag on her belly, and she would get to take like crazy medicine that I didn't get to take. And so like I didn't really understand it. And then when I had it happen to me, I was just like dying. Oh, like once a month, I was like, of course, like I'm dying. I'm going to bleed for the next 7 days. But like I was in so much pain all the time. I didn't really have like a heavy flow, and it would come and it would go like at the times it was supposed to. But like the pain of periods was just horrible. So my mom did put us on birth control, just to help with like the cramping and stuff. But then I was like started gaining weight, and I was like, I don't want to gain weight, and I'm not like having sex with anybody. So like, why do I need this? And so it was just hard because the only way that my mom knew to help us was to put us on birth control to help reduce the cramping, and that's, and then
Right.
we were just going to live with the rest of everything else.
Sorry, my dog's up walking around and she's kind of on the mend still, so I'm watching her. But that's the thing. Mine was like I would have like making sure she's okay. This is the dog that I almost lost like a week ago. Legitimately, we thought she was gonna die. Same thing. I missed almost every month. I would miss one, like a day of school, like at the very beginning, because I was just like double over in pain. I had the heating pad, that whatever, and that's not fun. And like I said, I just kind of what I not struggle with, but just wish I would have known differently younger.
Yeah.
Like that's not something that you have to live with. But I feel like also those words kind of sit with a lot of things, not just about hormones, but it's like, if you just don't feel healthy, you don't have to live that way. If you don't love your job, you don't have to live that way. There's things you can do about certain things. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, I guess I wish I would have learned younger, but I didn't. But here I am now, and I have info to help myself, but also to help others. And it's just, yeah, it's not fun. We don't realize too, hormones isn't just about, women and, like your period, your cycle, perimenopause and menopause. It affects so many other parts of our health, it can affect your blood pressure. It can affect, other your organs, and not just your hot flash and stuff. And yes, weight gain and stuff like that. But there's some major health benefits to getting your hormones balanced out. So I mean, we're talking about, our womanly cycles, but there's a lot more to it than just that. And that's the other thing, you don't realize how much your hormones affect your body.
Yeah, I see AJ tagging all of these women in our posts, and I'm like, yeah, tag them up because this is something that we need to talk about, and
Yep.
and it's awesome. So, let's see, where do we go from here? So, talking about like the different like stages and things, like I remember them telling me too, like once I had a baby that things could change, and that maybe my cramps wouldn't be as bad, and but what I noticed is like after having baby, yes, I still have bad cramps, but like my cycle like wasn't always on track. And I know that too, it was hard to get pregnant the very first time because I couldn't track my flow and my ovulation when things were happening. And then, some days it would last this long, or some weeks or some cycles it would last this long, and then others longer, or like I'd have it again in 2 weeks, or it would be really, really heavy, or sometimes like not at all, or I would skip. And so it's not normal. Like our bodies are meant to have a cycle. And if you can balance them, like you said, it's not just about the cycle, it's about the way that we feel, the way that we look,
Right.
and all overall health.
Well, I want to so something that is kind of near and dear to my heart, and this is also why I take our OVA. It's the hormone-free natural balancing product that we use. I call it my happy hormone pill. Is so at a very young age, I was told I had high blood pressure. And so, I mean, we're talking like 24. Mind you, I was on birth control at a very young age. And I did everything throughout all those years. I'm not 24 anymore. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And I have dieted, I have exercised, I've done all things, reduced sodium diet, I've done everything, and I can get it low, but I couldn't get it to stay there. And nobody could have helped me figure out why all of a sudden it would just spike. Why did it spike? Well, and then I started doing more research when I was able to become a tester, or in the trial period of this product. And I'm like, if I kind of knew this, but I didn't realize how much hormones affect, like I said, your blood pressure. That's why this is more than just helping relieve cramps for me. This is a good chunk of my life that I tried to deal with this. I didn't want to be on medication for high blood pressure. And so I wanted to be able to naturally regulate that and not have to be on medicine, because a lot of medicines come with side effects.
Right.
I don't want to live on a medicine. I mean, I'm not saying there's a time and a place for them, But for me at 24, them telling me that I had high blood pressure and, you know, even doing all the things, I still couldn't. And I got sick of everyone saying, it's just your body. It's just genetic. It's just whatever. I'm like, but is it? You know?
Right.
And so this has really been helping me. I'm actually, for the first time, I'm off my blood pressure meds. So my point is there's more to it than just that. You don't realize. And so that is kind of why I'm very passionate about this piece, you know, like 24, you guys, and I'm not quite double that, but close. You know, like that's so many years I've been fighting, trying to figure that out on my own.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, we're not making any medical claims because we're
Not at
not
all.
allowed to do that. But
No.
there's power in balancing your hormones, whatever method you can do that. And so here's the product that she was talking about. And we actually have two different formulas. We have OVA and then we have OVA M for those that are going through menopause or perimenopause. And then this is for those of us that have our cycle regularly. And it's just, so the woman who created it is our CEO, and she's just absolutely incredible. There was no product out there, so she created it. She came up with the idea. She did the science, and it's honestly going to be our next $1 billion product. But it's just incredible. So it comes in the, what do you call it? What kind of packaging?
Blister pack.
The blister packs. Okay. So it's really, really easy. And so all you do is you start it on the first day of your period. If you're having this brand or this formula. And so, like I said, I started 3 days ago. So I'll take this last one today. And the first one's called Release. And it has just a whole bunch of natural products. They did a lot of research, a lot of studies, a lot of science to figure out like what happens to our body when we first start our period and what hormones are we missing and how can we naturally get that back. And so, you know, there's different vitamins, minerals, extracts that are in this Release formula that you take for days 1 through 4. And whenever I'm on this, I did 2 months because I was part of the trial period as well. And then I had a month off because I thought that I had another one coming and I didn't.
I did too.
I noticed a difference. Like I noticed a difference my very first month of using it. The second month was even better. The third month I was like, no. And I felt like I regressed a little bit backwards because they say it takes anywhere between 3 to 6 months to completely balance your hormones. So it's something that you want to give a full, 6 months to and see how it really changes things. But so you just take these the first 4 days of your period, and then you get the Renew. And the Renew is during your follicular phase, days 5 through 16. And once again, just some different vitamins and nutrients that your body's missing to help rebalance it. And then last you have your balance phase here, which are days 17 through 32 or until you start your next cycle. And this is your luteal phase. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. But same thing, like just to help give your body what it needs. And then the company, of course, wants to set you up for success. So you have 4 more for the next start of your period. And so just one of these packages you use for the month, and it's made a huge difference for me. So what are some of the changes besides lowering your blood pressure? What are some of the other changes that you've seen?
Well, for me, I feel like definitely a lot less cramping and stuff like that. Mine are very short now. I mean, and I will say they got the longevity of it had gotten shorter after I had kids, but I noticed that they're even like, it's like 1-2 days and I'm past it, And so, and I feel like, granted, I'm kind of still in the first couple month phase myself. So I'm not fully, but I feel like my emotions are a little more in check, if you catch my drift. And again, all this stuff is my own testimony. You're right. I am not making any medical claims. That's the point. Like, we just want to share what we're experiencing,
Yeah.
And so, but that's what I've noticed for me. So stay tuned as I share more, but I'm hoping
So for me, I am always bloated. Like I feel like at night when I go to bed, my stomach just like blows up like a balloon. And I've tried to watch what I eat, but I haven't been able to find like, is it dairy? Is it carbs? Is it this? Is it that? And when I'm on this, I'm not bloated anymore like I usually am. And so that's been huge. I mean, last month, like I said, I didn't have it last month and I was like, oh man, this is back again. So like the bloating significantly down, breast tenderness. I did notice that this month when I didn't have it the months prior, right before my period start. The cramping, literally now, just ibuprofen 2, 3, like little 200 milligram ibuprofens, and I'm good. When before it was like every 4 hours, like give me 3 Midol and then alternate between Pamper and Midol, ibuprofen, like give me all of the things that I'm allowed to have in a 24-hour period so that I can like not be in the fetal position. Like, you know, I'm still in pain. And so to have that is incredible. It lasts 4 days. That's it. It's in, it's out, it's done. My energy throughout the whole entire month is good. And I don't binge eat too. Like that's something that the week before my period, like this last week before it came, I was like, oh, it must be coming because I can't stop eating. I want to eat everything.
I don't realize it sometimes. And I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's why I've been like, you can't kill the craving. Like whatever you like, you just want something. It's like, it's not like even that I need to eat a ton, but I just always wanted to eat.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So that is gone. And then even like cravings, I have this little stash in my freezer of chocolate, just the little Dove chocolates that my know that they need to like give me chocolate if I'm like PMSing. And Beckham ate all of my chocolate. He was like, Mom, where'd all the chocolate go? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't been using it. And so it's just like, it's like even the PMSing, and then even just like being intimate with my husband, man, like January and February, I was like, you ready? And then in March when I didn't, sorry, TMI, but in March when I didn't have it, I was like, you can stay on your side of the bed. Like, why are you touching me? And even, oh my gosh, this is when I knew that there was like, that this wasn't normal. Like this didn't have to be my normal, but, I sleep with a bed heater because I'm always cold. And my husband, like for 2 or 3 nights in a row, he kept like rolling over. And he would like lift up the blankets when he would roll over. And I was getting so mad. I'm like, every time you move, you're letting cold air in. And that's never like been a thing. But like, I was so PMSy about it. I was like, and so then he had to like roll underneath the blankets to try to like not even get cold air in. But like, I was a nightmare in March. And so he's so happy that I have this.
I'm sure my husband will tell you I'm a peach all the time. Just ask him. He'll tell you.
Well, anything else that you want to share about your own health?
Like I said, my thing is like, I know we talk about cycles and stuff like that, but for me, it's just more than that. You know, like mine has gotten a little better as I've gotten older and had kids. But for me, it's like, it was other health things that really drew me to this product. Mm-hmm. You know, like I know it's a big thing and it's going to change a lot of people's lives, whether they're, you know, getting their cycle or they're perimenopause or menopause, because so many people struggle with those symptoms. But for me, I feel like mine was just a little different. And that was, like I said, I had a long struggle with this whole blood pressure thing. And just, I personally am trying to live a life as natural. You try to heal things as holistically as I can. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100%, so I don't have, you know, I'm not raising my own chickens and all that stuff. I wish I could. You know, like I do. I'm like those people. I'm like, oh, I want to live your life. You know, like I love that. But I'm not there yet. My point is though, like I'm always looking for that holistic way to heal my body, like to get to the root cause of things. Like I'm not looking for a Band-Aid. I'm looking to try to fix the issue. And for me, this was something that really like, oh, okay. So then it was awesome when I got to be in the trial phase and I'm like, I'm seeing these results and I'm like, this is the missing piece that I've been looking for so many years. And it's just, like I said, my testimony is just a little different than some, but I feel like I talk to people all day long about their health goals and so many people struggle. It's not just about our women issues. We have legit health issues that we're dealing with that we don't even equate to being a hormonal imbalance.
Right.
You know, we could sit and talk about that all day long, but I mean, go Google and do your research on, you know, what, you know, imbalance can do to your body. And the list is a mile long.
Yeah.
You know, so you think about when you balance those out without having to, you know, add in synthetic stuff, what can improve. And, you know, you kind of said it earlier. Remember, it can take from 3 to 6 months to balance out your hormones. And that's like any kind of goal. Like, when you're going into any goal, I'll just try it for a month and see how it goes. Give yourself time. This is anything worth going after. Give yourself some time to stay on that journey and know that it's worth feeling better, or it's worth achieving the goal, whatever it is, whether it's a health and wellness, whether it's a job, whether it's a whatever. I know I'm kind of veering off, but it's that whole thing of, I feel like so many of us start something with one foot out the door. Like, I half quit before they even started, you know? And it's kind of like you said, you know, you could have stopped it after those 2 months, but instead you're like, you know, I'm committed to seeing where this goes. And look at, I mean, if you feel this way already, how you feel in another couple months, you know?
I'm excited. It's going to be good. All right, you guys. In fact, I'm going to take mine right now while I'm thinking about it. Just pop it out.
I took mine already this morning.
Drink your water.
I was on it. So, well, everyone, thanks for sharing this time with us. I know we love to get on and ramble, but I think even Oscar and you and I can sit and ramble for hours on end.
Right. So true. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.
Yeah.